Now this is part 2 of the readings you have to get. We finished the ratio tests, or you've completed them all. So now keyboard is still locked, e-stop is off. Go over to the CT excitation tab. There's no settings you need to make. We're just going to accept the defaults and run this test. So this is just putting a voltage on the secondary. So we switched the leads. We've removed all of the other leads. And now we're using these high voltage leads with the same alligator clips. And we're going to go X1 to X5. We want to test the entire winding. These are plugged in here. Do not pull these, when you go to remove these, do not pull these cables. You've got to pull back on this collar to get it to slide out. There's little teeth that hold it. And when you finish your tests, make sure the cables are wound as neatly as you see them here. Otherwise, they're very difficult to use later. Okay, so we've set this up. I got the keyboard unlocked. I'm going to unlock the e-stop, accept the defaults. This test takes a little while to run. So what it will do, it's applying different voltages, and you can see the voltage creeping up. And it's going to draw a graph when it's done of the voltage applied versus the current that flows. And I think this maxes out at 500 volts, or it takes a while anyway. Then it'll switch screens. Pause, hit the one below it. Pause. Oh, okay, let it run.
No.
That's okay. It does take a little while for this test to run. When it's finished, you'll get a graph on the screen. Take a picture of the graph. Make sure you've got all the settings that are on the screen in your photograph so you can read them. And you'll have to interpret this. Here, our test is now finished, and you can see our graph where the voltage versus the current, and at some point, it's linear up until a certain point where it saturates, and then the current increases rapidly. So for the excitation test, you only test terminals X1 and X5 on each of these transformers. You don't have to test all of them. And take a picture of the screen.